Hi there, this is Ranjit, and in this video, I'm going to list out my top mid-range smartphone picks for 2017. And mid-range is a price band that is actually really important in India. And I would say I'll go with the devices between 10,000 rupees to 20,000. There's a lot of competition actually between the 10 to 15,000. It actually dwindles away, but let's go over it. And for these, I'm going to go from the lowest price, that is from 10,000, and all the way up to the 20,000 price point. And I'm quoting the current price. I took down the prices at on December 25th, and most of these smartphones are actually available online, that is from Amazon and Flipkart. So the first pick I would say would be, for if your budget is tight, you don't want to spend a lot, 10,000 rupees is what you want to spend, don't want to spend more than that, then I would say you can have a look at the Honor 6X. Now the price of the Honor 6X has fallen, and you can get the 32GB variant that comes with 3GB of RAM with this one. And overall, it's a very good smartphone. And the biggest highlight, I would say personally, for me, for this smartphone is that dual camera setup. So if you're a camera centric person, actually the rear facing camera on the Honor 6X is actually good. Yes, it has that portrait mode, that artificial thing. I forget about that. It gets you that portrait mode. It's a hit or a miss. But just the regular rear facing camera is actually really good for the price. And overall, the build quality is also nice. It has that metallic back. It comes with a custom UI. So again, Android updates, yes, it gets, but it is slightly on the slower side. And battery life also has been actually good. One of actually my brother-in-law, he lost his expensive phone, and about 7 months ago I recommended this one to him, and he's still using this phone and is happy with the same. But again, regarding updates, it can be a little bit slow because of that custom UI. Again, I have already posted full in-depth reviews for most of these devices. So again, search my channel and check out that for the detailed pros and cons. Next, again, I have this phone, and this has to be one of the most popular smartphones by Xiaomi, and we get this in two variants. Again, if you have a budget of 10,000 rupees, you'll be getting the 3GB RAM model that comes with 32GB of internal storage. The price of this has actually fallen now. Earlier it was 11,000, but now you can get it for 10,000. And they also have a slightly more expensive variant that is for 12,000. With that, you get 64GB of internal storage and 4GB RAM. And I really love this phone because of the Snapdragon 625 processor. And overall, it's really fast. It has a 5.5-inch screen, very responsive fingerprint scanner. Battery life also has been really, really good. In my testing, I was getting always over 1.5 days of battery life. I like that it does not skimp on any sensors. It has features like IR blaster and stuff. So I really like that. But the only con with this phone is that, don't get me wrong, in outdoor lighting, when lighting is good, it takes good photographs. But in artificial lighting and indoor lighting conditions like this, the camera is the weak point. But I really like the Redmi Note 4. In fact, as you can see, I don't have the Redmi Note 4 because the one that I have, I gave it to my father, and he's still using it and he's really happy with it. But again, if you're getting the Redmi Note 4, invest in some sort of a case, because I know 2 family members actually had it. One of them dropped it and the screen cracked. So again, invest in a case if you're going with the Redmi Note 4. Overall, my best pick, I would say, if you're on a very tight budget. But if you take a lot of pictures, you know you're a person who takes a lot of pictures or not. If you take a lot of pictures, then the camera is the slight weak point with this device. Apart from that, excellent package that you're getting for the price. Now, let's say this is a new entrant, just came because the price of this one has actually fallen a little bit. This is the Moto G5 Plus, not the S, Moto G5 Plus. It just has a single camera, but man, the single camera, though it's just a single camera, no bokeh effect or that portrait mode, but the camera performance in this one is amazing. So if you take a lot of photographs, go with this one. This one has the best camera, I would say, for a single camera in this price range. Nothing can beat it. But again, it's a compact size device, 5.2 inches, as you can see. So it'll come down to personal preference. I know many people prefer a 5.5-inch device. So if you do that, it's not for you. Overall, again, as it's a Moto device, almost stock like Android experience, and you will also be getting updates. Yes, you'll get the updates a little bit slow, but you will get it. So for 12,500, you'll get the, 32GB variant of this one. So if your budget is around that price point, and camera performance, specifically the rear camera performance, is the highest priority for you, and you take a lot of pictures in artificial lighting and indoor lighting conditions, then this would be my pick. The pictures that it takes in artificial lighting and indoor lighting is among the best in this price range. Now, moving to your budget of around 13,000, if you have that, we have this new entrant that is this Honor 7X. The base variant is priced at 13,000 rupees. They also have one more variant that is priced at 16,000. Don't go for that. I don't know why Honor is charging a lot for what do you say, that 16,000 variant. You get everything the same, but on this 13,000 rupees variant you get 32 GB of internal storage, whereas on the 16,000 variant you just get 64 gigabytes of internal storage. RAM is same on both the versions. Even this 13,000 rupees variant has 4 gigabytes of RAM. What I liked about this device is just look at it. It's a very modern design, having that 18:9 aspect ratio, and if you see other phones beside it, they just simply look outdated. So this is the modern new design that we are seeing with the new flagship. So in terms of looks, it is the best. And also now moving to the front facing camera, in this price point under 15,000, this one is having the best front facing camera, and also it has the dual camera setup. It's not having a telephoto lens, but it has a normal camera with a secondary sensor that helps it to get that, what do you say, bokeh effect, portrait effect. Again, I'm not a big fan of that because the portrait effect is sort of a hit or a miss. But again, the rear camera performance is also good, but the front facing camera is really good. So go with this one if what do you say, styling is your highest priority. What I also liked with this device is that though it's having a 6-inch screen, it's easy to hold in a single hand. And also surprisingly, the battery life on this one was actually really good. In fact, battery life is better than the Moto G5 Plus, which was surprising to me. And another thing is that the display quality is actually really good on this one, though I thought they'll compromise on the display quality, but the display quality is also actually really good in this. But some of the things that I do not like, again, as it's Honor phone, it is having that EMUI, and because of that, the updates are going to be very slow on this. Yes, this will also get the Oreo update, but when, don't ask me. And also, I do not like the fact that this device is missing the gyroscope sensor, and I did quite a bit of gaming also with this. It plays many of the games fine, but with very heavy games at the highest setting, you will notice some lag. So at 13,000 rupees, the Honor 7X. Now let's move to a slightly higher budget, and here I have the Xiaomi Mi A1. And the good thing is that the price of this one has actually fallen. Earlier it was for 15,000 rupees, but now on Flipkart you are getting it for 14,000 rupees. And for 14,000 rupees, this is an excellent phone. What I really liked about this phone is that though it's made by Xiaomi, you get that stock Android experience. It's actually a collaboration between Google, so it's an Android One device, so you will be getting the Android updates quickly on this, and also it gets the monthly security updates very quickly. And again, it's having a fast UI because of the stock Android, and also the processor is good. It's the Snapdragon 625 chipset. And one thing I really love on this phone is the audio that you get from the headphone jack. It is among the best you can get in this mid-range price bracket, period. It's amazing. Also, the build quality is actually really good, and it feels premium, though it's slightly on the bulkier side if you compare it with Honors, and the bezels are a little bit thick on that, but again, it feels premium. And also it has that dual camera setup with actually a telephoto lens, so in outdoor conditions it takes very good pictures. But again, and also it has that proper portrait mode, and if you take a lot of pictures outdoor in portrait mode, you'll get really good portrait modes. I would say one of the best portrait modes in this price band, period. But again, the slight con is that in indoor lighting and artificial lighting, it tends to struggle up quite a bit, and you simply can't use that portrait mode in artificial and indoor lighting. And before we move to smartphones that are priced above 15,000, here is a word from the sponsor of this video, that is Cashify.in. Are you looking to buy this device or any other smartphone? Then sell your old mobile and laptops on Cashify.in to unlock the best market price. Check out Cashify.in to encash your phone in less than 60 seconds. Now let's move to some other devices, and these are not my favorite picks, I have to say, but I know there are people who want a Nokia device or a Samsung device. This is for them. And if you really want a Nokia device for 12,000 rupees, you can have a look at the Nokia 5. The build quality is actually really good. I like that still Nokia is maintaining the build quality. So the build quality is really solid. And also you're going to get fast Android updates with Nokia 5. But again, apart from that, the camera is average. And also you're getting an outdated processor, that is the Snapdragon 430. Also the Nokia 6 is there for 14,000, but again, the same things. outdated processor, and you're just paying for the Nokia name and the build quality. So if build quality is your highest criteria and you really want a Nokia phone, you can go with the Nokia 5 and 6. But in terms of price to performance, other devices that I've mentioned offer far better value in terms of price to performance and camera performance. Also, if you are a Samsung fan, then you can look at the Samsung J7 Prime. It's available for 14,000, but again, I don't like that Samsung is still skimping on a lot of features. The good thing is that the build quality is decent, and also you're getting a good enough 1080p screen with this. But the negative aspect is that the processor is sort of weak. It's outdated last generation processor, and also the storage is just 16 gigabytes, and out of that you will hardly get just half. So the storage is limited, and also Samsung skims on almost basic sensors that you expect with every device. For example, it doesn't even have auto brightness sensor, haptic feedback, and obviously no sensors like gyroscope and stuff. But if you're a Samsung fan, for 14,000 you can go with this. But again, you are spending a lot for the Samsung brand name. Now let's move to the next. These are devices that are priced above 15,000, and the first pick that I have is the Moto G5 S Plus. This is the Moto G5 S Plus. This is sort of an evolution of this Moto G5 Plus. As you can see, they have put a bigger screen on this one. It is having a 5.5-inch screen, and also in terms of build quality, this Moto G5 S Plus feels a lot more premium. Though the design language is same, this is having definitely better build quality. And what I like is, again, this also supports fast charging, and now they have that dual camera setup on this one. But again, the dual camera setup, I would say, is not perfect. It has that portrait mode, or that bokeh mode and stuff, but again, there is some processing lag that is there. Whenever you click, it takes about 2-3 seconds to process those pictures. But again, if you really want that portrait or a bokeh mode on a Motorola device, then you have this Moto G5 S Plus. What I like is that the build quality has improved over this regular Moto G5 Plus, and also I know many people prefer a larger screen size, that is a 5.5 inch. So yeah, you have this one. And now if your budget is slightly even higher and your highest criteria is selfies, and you want that portrait effect even in selfies, then we have this Honor 9i. This is, I would say, a very similar device to the Honor 7X that was for 13,000 rupees. But this one actually has proper dual cameras even for the front facing camera, and because of that, it can provide that portrait mode even for the front facing camera. And I have to say, if you take a lot of selfies and stuff, this has the best front facing camera among all the phones that I'm talking about, period. So again, if that is the highest criteria, you can go with the Honor 9. And apart from that, the rear facing camera, yes, also has the dual camera setup, just like the Honor 7X. And in terms of performance and everything, it's almost identical to the Honor 7X. So I would say, if you really are selfie obsessed, you take a lot of selfies, then you can go with this Honor 9i. But the pricing of this one is at 18,000. Yeah, you get 64 gigabyte variant. But yeah, I feel for selfies, yeah, I don't know, I won't judge you, but yeah, this is the one if you really want selfies and you're okay with that 18,000 price point. Apart from that, it also has that modern design and other stuff. But one thing I really do not like and I hate about this device is that though it is having that priced at about 18,000, it still does not support fast charging. And again, as it's running EMUI, updates will be a little bit slow. Now, this is another pick I really have because I've tested this device recently, and it is slightly above 20,000. This is the Moto X4. This is priced at 21,000 for the 32 GB variant that comes with 3 gigabytes of RAM. And I feel if you really want a phone that feels really premium and the build quality is amazing, then you can go with this Moto X4. Yes, it's priced at 21,000, but the build quality is like a premium Android smartphone. When you just pick it up, you'll feel the build quality about this. And it is having a slightly better processor. Most of these other phones are having the Kirin, for example, the Honor ones, and others are having Snapdragon 625 chipset. This comes with a slightly updated Snapdragon 630 SoC. The ISP, the image signaling processor, is slightly faster on this one. And regarding camera, it has the dual camera setup. But we have the first camera is a regular camera. The other camera is a very wide vision camera, like the LG, what they do with their flagship. So that gives a very interesting perspective. So if you are with that, you really want a premium device, premium looking device, and you want that wide angle lens, you can go with this one. Another thing I really like with this device is that it is also IP68 certified. None of these other devices in this price range offer that. So if you are a person who has damaged phones earlier because of water damage or in rain, then this is the device for you. A very solid device at 21,000. We also have one more variant, I think, so that is for 22,000. That comes with 64 GB and 4 gigabytes of RAM. But again, this one also has that portrait mode, I would say, but again, it's slightly on the gimmicky side. But the biggest advantage is that wide angle lens and the regular camera angle lens. We don't have that in any other price, any other smartphone in this price now. So these were my mid-range smartphone picks for 2017. Do let me know which one is your favorite, and if you have used any of these devices, do share your experience in the YouTube comment section below. Others will highly benefit from that. So guys, let's see what we get in 2018. I'm expecting the Redmi Note 5 to be launched very soon, hopefully just in January. So if you want a Redmi phone, Redmi Note 4, I would say just wait, because there are very high rumors that Xiaomi will be launching that sometime in January of 2018, and we'll see other phones. And I feel in the 2018, most of the mid-range smartphones will adopt this new screen aspect ratio, that is 18:9, and I hope most of the smartphones implement fast charging, because many of the mid-range smartphones don't implement fast charging. But again, guys, these were my list for the mid-range smartphones, my picks of 2017. Do let me know in the comment section what do you feel about the same, and if you're still not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. Thanks for watching. This is Ranjit, and I hope to see you in my next video.